Okay, right. Well, we have Matt Phelan here. Matt's from the 4Ps. We'll all remember 4Ps from our marketing studies, strategic and execution agency. Matthew, thanks for coming, firstly. You're here to speak at Marketing Week Live, as well as to hopefully share and learn.
Yeah.
Firstly, let's start. Tell us a bit about what you're here to talk about with your session.
Yeah, so 4Ps Marketing, we're a strategic digital agency, so we'll work with clients from strategy through to execution. So we don't do build and design, but we'll look at, say, an SEO, PPC, social media mix, and we'll make sure that it's all set up in the correct way, and we'll take that from the top and then help a client deliver that.
And you mentioned digital there. Is it just digital, or is there the offline world as well to consider?
We absolutely believe in integration, so we will look at everything. We basically start with data. So we'll look at the data, we'll see how campaigns are performing online, offline, and then we'll look at how we integrate those bits together. But if you don't start with the data and you don't understand the data, you're going to struggle moving forward.
And I guess also, I mean, the ability with digital these days, and indeed print, areas like that, if you've got your data right, the quality of the data determines the quality of the campaign. You put rubbish data in, you get rubbish out.
Exactly, and I think the biggest mistake people make with data is that we've all got these great packages. We've got things like Google Analytics, and there's lots of vendors here today who will talk about analytics, but looking at the data is one thing, actually taking insight from it and giving business deliverables is another. So you need to be able to look at your data and walk into a board meeting and say, this is what I've found out from our information, this is how we're going to make a high return investment for this business, because the people in the top echelons of a company on a board, they're going to want to know, if I'm spending X, what am I going to get out on the other side? And that's where we really help our clients.
Excellent. So the data helps inform business decisions.
Yeah.
So we've got the data sorted. What happens next?
Well, I think the one area that then some people then fall down of if they don't look at the data is still being creative, because as marketers we should still be creative. And online I've noticed lots of conversations about should marketers now be creative or should they be data people? Well, actually they should be both, and we all get into marketing because we're creative people. Most of the people here today have a creative mind, but understanding that data first and then having a creative campaign around it is what really makes a difference.
So it's a creative use of data, so whether that's personalization or segmenting or behavior or whatever it is that says, and as a marketeer, the bit that always compels me most with campaigns is, what have people done with us in the past? What have they bought from us? What have they transacted on that helps decide how we then send them something of relevance in the future?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the biggest difference with data is that you can optimize on the fly. So if we look back at maybe billboard advertising, say 5-6 years ago, once you've designed the campaign and you've put it up on every motorway in the country, if then that campaign's not working, you're in big trouble, no matter how well it's been planned. And in digital it's the same, no matter how well you plan a campaign, when it goes live, anything could happen. There could be a big event in the news or something that swamps it. With digital, you can optimize and change based on what's happening in a real environment, and that's where I think an agency like us really comes in, because we can help on that day-to-day optimization.
It gives you that agility to respond. You've got Wimbledon at the moment. Even if you're a brand that sell, I don't know, ice creams, for example, if it's sunny versus it's cloudy and cold, has it got a different message perhaps to put out there?
Yeah, and it's the perfect summer for that, isn't it? We've had the Euros, we've got Wimbledon, we've got the Olympics coming up.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yes.
It's the best time to be a marketer. We've got all these great events going on in London. We've got all the best tools available. The amount that you can do with something like Twitter and Facebook for a brand, and the one thing that I often get asked, because we work with B2C and B2B clients, is clients come to us